All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints back at y'all with another episode. Got my main man Brian up in here in the building. I got Rainey in the building. We about to talk some Saints football, man. It's been a long time coming, but we got a lot to catch up with, man. We got a lot of current news we got to talk about, and we're gonna get into this camp standout uh that everybody been checking out, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead on and get into it. But before we get into it, man, what up, B man? What up, Marlon? Y'all ready for this season or what?
Excited, man. They got some expectations this year, so that's exciting. That's way more exciting than last year. Even though last year was not a stressful year at all, having some expectations, you want that. So I'm glad that's back.
What about you, B?
I got a clip full of shit talking, bro. I'm telling you, I'm on my bullshit this year.
Hey,
I just need it to be known. I'm on my bullshit.
you already know my motto, B. Whenever you feel like you about to say something that's clip worthy, let me know.
I got you.
All right, but let's go ahead on and get into the first news we got to talk about. Um, Brian Brzee, man. Brian Brzee, he's out for the season. I mean, I, I really thought, this year next to the guy we got Miller, I really thought he could probably do something and we could just see that tandem unfold. But once again, we just can't have nothing, bro. We dealing with some injuries early on, and it's Brian Brzee, and I think this was a contract gift for him, I believe, or maybe it was next year. I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with that, Marlon. But what's your thoughts?
It was. I thought when they picked up his option, because like I don't his play alone for me, like he's like right on the edge of picking up the option. But I thought that you pick up his option for like it's almost like a test run. Like yes, he's gonna be on your team for like I think 13 million. But am I buffering by the way?
I don't know.
Some
One
of
of
my
y'all probably
headphones.
got Twitter on at the same time or something. Or
Let me see. I just want to make sure. I thought I was hearing something.
I
So
do hear an echo. One of y'all probably got an app on or something.
yeah, I'm just gonna make sure.
Mm, mm,
All right, you still hear it?
Nah.
All right. So I just thought like that he was like he was kind of playing for his future, like far as if he'll be on on the long term, and like now he can't play. I'm not saying his Saints career is over, but like I don't think that he gonna be on a team on that for that 14 million next year. Cause I think that they wanted to see if they had the in-house DT that can pass rush, but now he can't prove it. And I mean, I think they're gonna spend a lot. I think that's gonna be a big free agency investment. Is gonna be into that because you're not gonna go into the season next year with another unknown. So I definitely think a defensive tackle a defensive tackle to be added is definitely like something to watch for next year. But I mean, it's unfortunate for him. I don't. It doesn't change my prediction as far as like wins and losses.
Mm.
I do wish that they can have this. I don't think he's like necessarily like a good player like that, but I wish he could have played and stuff like that. You never want to lose a guy who's a part of your starting 11 and a part of your rotation and have like a skill set that like a lot of other guys on the team don't have. But it's just next man up.
Any idea? Do you think we should try to go after Vita Vale?
He's not doing that in division, and I wouldn't trade for him anyway. He's 32 and he wants so the price will be high because you in the division. Then he's gonna want like he's probably gonna want like 20 somewhere above 25 plus million on top of having to trade for him. And he's like 32. So
Mm.
nah. We good enough we can survive this year. Like Brian Brzee ain't that damn good. Obviously Vita Vea is way better, but yeah. We good enough to survive.
All right, what you got on Brian Brzee being out for the season, B?
I mean, I'm kind of with Rainey on this one, bro. Like he wasn't. He's a good pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? But his play against the run, I mean, it ain't nothing to be desired, bro. Like you don't want Brian Brzee being your run stuff. And I really think he playing out of position by playing D tackle. Maybe he's a better, DE in the 3-4 defense, but playing him in the nose, man, that's not where he at. And playing him on the outside, that's what you bringing in guys like Anthony Jennings and stuff like that. And you got backups. You got Christian Miller. You got Vernon Broughton. You know what I'm saying? You still got Devon Gaucho. So you got guys that if you want to plug and play, you got guys that can help out in that situation, man. Like you don't necessarily need Brian Brzee for that. You damn sure don't need him, this year as like maybe he gives you 7 sacks, and I'm not saying that's nothing to sneeze at, but maybe he doesn't because let's be honest, he had one move. So I think if you wanted to say this would have been a trial run for him, yeah, they picked up the option, they got him next year. They probably gonna extend him out, you know what I'm saying? Like they might, split that 13, 14 million into 2 years to try to give him an extra year to get him some extra money. But I don't really think he's a make or break type of player. Is he a great rotational piece? Well, sure. But that's about it, man. And you're not really going. You if you living and dying by one dude on a rotational piece, that means your defense wasn't what it's supposed to be. I believe in Brandon Staley, bro. I believe he got the right pieces and the right mindset to coach this defense up. But really and truly, Brian Brzee is not the player that you need to worry about. You lose Kool-Aid McKinstry, you know what I'm saying? You lose a Quincy Riley, you lose one of them, that's when you're in trouble because that's really going to be the make or break part of the defense.
Mm. Yeah, man, we looking real thin at DB right there in the cornerback position. So we definitely gotta hope them dudes hold up. Um, Moving on to the offense side of the ball, man. Take some time, man. It's officially over with the Saints, man. What's y'all prediction on where he'll land? And just give me some of y'all thoughts on the legacy that he left behind, when it comes to the city, man. The Swiss Army knife, the guy who we just need to go make a play when ain't nothing really going right, but that could have been to our detriment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead with you first, Marlon.
I thought he had a great career. He was an undrafted free agent. So I mean, he definitely hit above his means. He's gonna go to the Saints Hall of Fame. Like, he played 9 years in the league. Maybe he might play a tenth, but like, especially if you know like his history in college with how hurt he get, you wouldn't have thought that this guy might play 10 years in the league. So I mean, he
Mm.
had a great career. He gonna be obviously a Saints Hall of Famer, and I mean, I wish him luck. I don't think he can really play anymore. I don't think he helps the team at this point. But I wish him luck and well in his future endeavors.
So give me a prediction. What team you think he'll go to, or you think he's just gonna
I
retire?
don't think the only team he can go to is Denver because I mean the rest of the league not gonna be like in love with the player like they
Mm.
will.
Yeah, man. I think this city right here definitely gonna love Taysom. Taysom gonna be one of them players when we like 60 and we telling the younger generation about how I was watching Taysom, they just gonna be thinking we just talking about Thor or somebody. Like it's just gonna be some type of Greek mythological god or something. But yeah, it was a pleasure watching him, bro. I can't say I'm gonna miss him. What you got, though, B?
I mean, I'm salute on a great career, man. But it was time. It was actually overdue, to be honest with you, man. Like when Sean left, and Da was here for a little while. Maybe you can extend that window right there. But the minute Kellen got hired was the minute Taysom time had to end. And it's great to salute him on his career. You're definitely right by saying he's a Saint Hall of Famer. Hell, he might be a potential NFL Hall of Famer because if Devin Hester can make it, there's a case for Taysom Hill. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? So I think in that regard, he is the Mr. Do It All. He is going to be one of those guys that's in the Ring of Honor, Saints Hall of Fame. And a week, like as you stated, Marley, it's going to be like we look back, man, and we're going to be telling people like, this was the same version of when Slash hit. When Cordell Stewart was Slash and all these other dudes. He's got two options that I'm thinking: possibly Denver, maybe the Chargers, because John Harbaugh may be one of them dudes that'll try to give him a chance to see what he could do. Maybe play him at running back a little bit, but to be honest with you, man, I think he needs to go home and be a family man. Like, just go enjoy your money. You played way more seasons than anybody should have played with all the injuries you had to your legs. It was time to call it a career, man. Like, but I've been on to get these old niggas out of here trained anyway. So, for me, if people might be listening to this being like, well, B, you've been saying Taysom needs to go. Well, hell, maybe he did, 2 years ago. Like when DA left, Taysom should have left with him. And I ain't saying Taysom should have went to Chicago. I'm saying that should have been a time when Taysom retired right there. But I will say this: the one thing I will miss about him, I don't know what the hell Cleveland did to this man. But that boy had a grudge against Cleveland because if you ever just search Taysom highlights, watch how many times the Cleveland Browns pop up and watch the dirt that boy did to them people. He
mm.
must have had something personal against him because Taysom would just run through them people. It didn't matter if it was 4 degrees outside and a snowstorm. He was about to go get him, 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The only thing I'll say is on like the Ring of Honor part, I do Hall of Fame because I think when you look, he was a good player, but when you put him in the Ring of Honor, then you open up the gate on a lot of other players in the ring. Like Ring of Honor is like your greatest. players. These are like your basically like Hall of Fame level players, and that's just like he was a great player, but I can't do Ring of Honor because when you do Ring of Honor, that's when like I don't even know if like Lattimore's our best corner we ever had here. Played 8 years, 4 Pro Bowls, got robbed out of some All Pros, Defensive Rookie of the Year, but like he was a great player, and I don't even think he would make the Saints Ring of Honor. So that's why like I just do Saints Hall of Fame thing because
Mm,
Michael Thomas wouldn't make the Saints Ring of Honor. He would make the Hall of Fame, but he wouldn't make the Ring of Honor.
mm,
I don't
I
even
don't know
think
if I
Jimmy
agree
Graham
with
will make
Michael
it.
Thomas, bro. You might have me on
He
chasing,
might,
but
you
Michael
know what,
Thomas,
Mike make it just because the OPOY. But like Jimmy Graham wouldn't make the Saints Ring of Honor. And if they do, they kind of kissing his ass because they don't like how it ended, which I understand because it ended because of a coach.
yeah, well, I look at Ring of Honor almost like the best player at their position. Michael Thomas was the best wide receiver in Saints history. Jimmy Graham, best tight end in Saints history. So for me, if you put him in, I'm okay with it. But
Got
I
you.
understand where you're coming from with that. I just look at Ring of Honor and say, were you the greatest to ever play your position for the New Orleans Saints? And if the answer to
Yeah.
that question is yeah, Ring of Honor.
Because like if I don't know, it's just like if you let Taysom Hill in that Ring of Honor, then all I gotta say is like the now obviously Teron Armstead, he wasn't the best player to ever play his position. They got Willie Roaf. And Ramchek had more personal accomplishments than Armstead as a player. And he probably would make the Ring of Honor. But like I just think I ain't trying to like downgrade Taysom, but like when you open the Ring of Honor for him, then they need to be open for a lot of others who possibly couldn't get in or wouldn't be in. That's my point.
So if he did get in, what position would they have him at?
You just it's just everything. But like I'm
Mm,
saying, if he getting in, then Lattimore need to go into the Ring of Honor. Um Michael Thomas, like Jimmy Graham, them
mm,
dudes should all go. Maybe even Ramchek. I know it ended whatchamacallit, it ended early, but like that's a 3-time All Pro. Other than what's his name? Other than Willie Roaf, no other lineman got that here.
mm. Those some good points. Uh, Now we're gonna get to this wide receiver corps. You know, at first everybody was just in shambles, saying, we only got Olave. Then you know, we added the young bull. You know what I'm saying? After that, we started seeing, a whole plethora of guys, just starting to come up and carving in a name for themselves. But before all this happened, everybody was saying, man, Polk, man, y'all got to be watching out for him. Y'all got to be watching out for him. And all of a sudden, out the blue, this guy just retired. Shocked everybody. Everybody was like, what the hell? And so many people had this guy as the underdog that was just going to come and just prove everybody wrong. But now that we ain't going to better get to see, what could have been. What's your thoughts on the retirement, Rainey?
Oh, I mean, I wish him well mentally and all that. Like I hope he's fine mentally, but I mean, he never was a good NFL player. Like he was a horrible player in New England. He was the worst receiver in the league that year. Now, I think it's some stuff with his like body. I think he probably just, when you get surgeries like that, I think he had like a lot of issues with his shoulder post last year or like after his first year. And you had like multiple surgeries, so you probably just don't want to be on medication and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can respect him walking away. And I like I said, he's a young dude. He's younger than me, so I hope he's mentally fine and at peace. But like, I never really paid attention to any of the receivers after like the after Olave, Vele, and then the three that they added in the draft. Like whoever
Mm,
was the sixth guy is just the sixth guy, because I don't think like catching wise. I know we probably get into this later, but like Barry and Brown and Lance are like doing really good. They play with the second team most of the time, but like they do really good. I think they tie with the same amount of catches, but or they both have the most catches in camp and they tied. But like I thought all those guys could play. Like I looked at whatchamacallit is kind of like a Shaheedish type of replacement player. Then you got Olave. Then you have like you added a top 10 pick who is probably the best receiver in the draft. Obviously got to stay healthy. And then like Vele in his role. Like Bryce Lance might be the rawest of your receivers, and his rawness is just because of the skill competition he played. His skill set is a skill set that nobody else on the team has because he's a legit a low 4-3 guy that's 6'4". You have to respect him on the field because he can open it up for anybody because you got to respect him going deep. Like
Mm,
every like the five wide receivers that they have at the top, like everybody can do something good that's respected. Like you obviously got your top two, but like Vile, that's a big slot seam guy. Bryce Lance, that's a future XY receiver that can take the top off of defense. Brown, receiver skills, but he's a return specialist that actually have real receiver skills too. So I just thought I just always looked at that five. I never really paid attention to like the other guys. I probably picked Palmer to make the team as a six, but like looking at the reports and seeing stuff so far, like if they keep six, it seemed like it's more of a Bud Means versus Kevin Austin and
mm,
what's his name? What's the guy name? Palmer. He's still in that art. He's still in that group. But like that's about it. Like I don't look at the sixth guy, whoever's fighting for that sixth spot. I don't look at them as like real players. Like they just will be on the roster.
mm. What you got on Poke retirement, B?
I mean, I feel bad for bro, man. Like health wise, he could just never get right. He had all the like. Let me tell you something, bro. I love being on the Bird app. I really do. But you can't say nothing on that app without somebody not being able to comprehend what the hell you say because they have an agenda they want to push. So the potential for Poke is out there. That does not mean and me saying that, I wish health would have benefited him, man, so where he can get a good look before he got to the Saints. I said that and people went damn bananas, like as if I was trying to say, like, he didn't healthily walk away. I don't care if he walked away healthy. I don't care if he was hurt. My point remains the same. Health issues have been the one thing that stopped him from ever reaching his potential. And because of that, I don't think this is a loss. The only thing the Saints lost was a 6 round draft pick, and I don't really think they give a damn that they lost that pick trying to bring in a guy who didn't contribute. It's a 6 round draft pick. You hit on one of those once in a blue moon. So to be honest with you, Jalen Polk was no different than Trey Palmer, who's no different than Kevin Austin, who's no different than Ronnie Bell, who's no different than what's the cat, man? Uh uh the little training camp darling everybody fell in love with over the last couple of
Mason
years, man.
Tipton.
Mason Tipton, that's him. Like
Mm,
they all the same person. It
mm,
really doesn't matter. If you're the sixth receiver on the Saints, bro, you are a breaking case of emergency that we ain't got nobody else to throw out there right now, and we don't want to put AK at receiver for the rest of the game. Like that's who you are. So am I sad to see him go? Not really. I'm sad for bro because health wise, I just wish he would have been able to get a good run at it. But this is coming out of Washington, man. This is who he's been. So I don't give a damn about the six wide receiver, man. Look, this ain't Courtney Roby we talking about, man. This is just a
mm,
dude that was out there just for shits and giggles. If you made the team, cool. If you didn't make the team, it wasn't gonna hurt nobody. Man, I could care less, bro. Again, I wish him all the best, but I could care less if he didn't make it to the be the six wide receiver. The top five is the top five. If one of them go down, then I might shed a single tear.
mm. Yeah, man. Well, best of luck to him on his retirement. Hope he finds some type of peace on whatever endeavors that he gonna switch off to. But let's get into the latest news, man. This is fresh off the paper right here, man. We got that boy on the juice caught in 4K, man. Brock Rexsteiner, man. I might be butchering his name. Y'all can help me out with that, but he's suspended for 6 games, man. What you think about that, Rainey?
Man, he wasn't making the team, bro. I don't care about that. It's just a cool story. I hope he performed good in the or I hope he looked good or he looked good in the preseason games. But that man about to be in the he about to be in the WWE in a little bit. So
Hmm. What you got on this, B? I know you about to talk your shit. You've been you've been opinionated on him for a while, and I'm getting his name right, Rex Steiner.
Yeah, you
yeah, that's
got it.
his name.
You got it.
Okay.
Because he was Scott Steiner's son. Like the dude played at Little Sisters of the Poor for college, and all of a sudden somebody told y'all, watch out for this guy during camp. And all of a sudden, a lot of you motherfuckers out there went crazy simply because every time somebody says something, y'all gotta jump on it like it's a fucking grenade. Stop being so damn stupid. Every time I get on Marley program, I tell y'all the same thing. Use the fucking brain God gave you and stop listening to everything somebody tell you. It's almost like some of y'all ain't got no fucking common sense. Well, you're not born with it, can you not go buy some? That fucking boy was never gonna make the roster. When I say never, I mean never gonna make the fucking roster. And all of y'all jumped on it. Watch out for Brock Rick Steiner to do fucking what? Mop the floors, clean up the water buckets. What exactly should I have been watching out for him to do? Except for what he did. Got juiced up, got to miss 6 games of a career he might not have even got a chance to play anyway. What the fuck? You mean to tell me you thought he was gonna make it to the 6 wide receiver? Maybe he made it to the practice squad if he was lucky. I get so tired of y'all doing this bullshit every fucking time camp come up and y'all find y'all little media fucking darling and somebody in the local media tells y'all watch out for somebody and y'all jump on that shit. Man, girl, grow a fucking brain.
You think it was like him being the WWE guy's son and
No,
the way he looked, you know?
no. I think it was somebody telling y'all, watch out for this guy, and they jumped on that shit. That's what I think.
Mm,
No disrespect to the person that said it, but what the fuck was he gonna do?
mm. Yeah, I think people don't understand. Like even the people who were thinking about the wrestling thing, you gotta remember Terry Crews and who that was Brock Lesnar. Well, no, not Terry
Terry
Crews,
Crews, Brock
but Brock.
Lesnar,
Yeah,
Roman Reigns, The Rock, all these motherfuckers pretended that they was gonna be fucking football players. And when they found out football was a real sport, they went into the WWE. You know what they
yeah.
do in the WWE? I ain't gonna call it fake because falling from the sky is falling from the sky no matter how you do it. But it's scripted. You know what ain't
Mm,
supposed to be scripted? The NFL. You know what really does hurt? When the motherfucker coming at you full speed and it's like a car crash every single play. That ain't no game right there. You can fake that shit in the ring. I can fake punch you and that shit you gonna fall on the ground. Oh my God, look at him, he's bleeding. No, that's a blood capsule. You know what's
mm,
real? Getting hit when somebody, when you coming across the middle, you got to put your arms up in the air and it exposes all your ribs. That's real.
mm.
He had no other choice but to do juice. Think about who his paw is. Like I'm so sick of these fucking people, bro. Like, look, I get it. I get it. Every time dudes speak, y'all just fucking swear to God it's Jesus himself saying it. But that ain't the truth. Use your fucking brain. What was he gonna do? He came from what? Not even Georgia Southern. It might have been fucking Georgia
I think it
Southern
was
State
Jacksonville
University
State.
of around the corner from fucking, from St. Aug. Like, what the fuck was he gonna do?
Mm. Yeah, then I think people was looking at highlights of him blocking people and stuff, and they just kind of like say, "Oh
He
yeah,
was,
what?"
bro. I'm 6'2", 180. He was basically blocking me. What the fuck
Mm.
was he gonna do?
Shit, let's get on to this other news right here, man. We locked up Chris Olave, man. He got the contract. A lot of people, are feeling like we got ahead of the curve when it came to his contract because we see all these other contracts coming out, man. I know you excited about the contract, Marlon. Let me know what your thoughts are.
I thought it was a good contract. It's like you have some incentives. I kept saying I thought it was gonna be like closer to like the Garrett Wilson contract and like DK Metcalf, and the AAV is kind of that number, but it's like incentive to reach that number, but it's really about the guarantees. But he got like I think he got 90 million guaranteed. So it's a good contract. I think like we was talking about earlier with the receivers, outside of Vile, I look at it like you got like four receivers potentially for the cost of like 42 million. So you got four receivers for the cost of 42 million for the next 4 years. So that's beneficial with one of them being a top 10 pick who my estimation, I think Tyson will be like the best receiver on the team, like the best receiver on the team, probably in like a early, probably by 2028. So in like 2 years from now, but maybe as early as next year. But like you got a highly talented room, like everybody can complement each other. So it makes sense when you spend a top 10 pick on a guy to match it with you spend a top 10 pick on a guy to match it with like a contract. So they finally got the wide receiver room right, like at least from a money standpoint. And
Mm,
I think, like I said, he a good player. Obviously, you got to use him in the Z spot. You got to use him in the Z spot because I was watching something with Steve Smith the other day. He was like, "Man, when you play him," he was talking about the Saints wide receiver room as a whole. He was like, when you use Olave as a Z, he's a really, really, really good player. But when they like did the weird shit they kind of did for like a year, where he was kind of playing like this Michael Thomas Jarvis role, you basically like you hurt the player himself. But like I said, I like how they built the wide receiver room, and I like the deal. It's a good deal. I like the other wide receivers, the young wide receivers added, but I think they're in a good spot and they got a good deal on them.
What you got, B?
I'm not upset the way the contract is structured, man, because the guaranteed money means that he's not making the money that he was asking for. Like, look, Olave is a good receiver. Barring injury, he could be a great receiver, but he's not a number one receiver to me. And you don't pay a number two wide receiver 30 plus million a season. You just don't. And I'm okay with him with the incentives pushing him to that number. All right, fine. That means you went earned it. But I have said for the longest time and got so much pushback from people that Olave is essentially Zay Flowers with one more, maybe two more years of seasons under his belt. And do you know what happened right after Olave got his contract? Would you believe it if I told it to you? Zay Flowers got his contract. Do you know what Zay Flowers' numbers are? Damn near identical to Olave's. What? Damn, B. How did you know that? Because I watched the fucking film, I watched the games, I watched the players, and I understand exactly who they are. Look, is Zay Flowers on Olave's level? Saints fans will tell you no. Ravens fans will tell you yes. The rest of the NFL will tell you whatever they want to. But do you know who knew what he was? Mickey Loomis. Do you know who knew what he was? The dude that's running the Baltimore Ravens. Why? Because they damn near the same player. Zay Flowers is Chris Olave. Chris Olave is Zay Flowers. The best thing that can happen for Olave is Jordan Tyson becomes exactly who he's supposed to be. Because if that happens and you leave Olave one on one, I don't give a damn if you want to call him 1A. I don't care if you want to call him a 2. What I'm going to call him is in the end zone for 6, because that's what's going to happen if Jordan Tyson could ever be whatever he was. You can't leave Olave one on one. He's too good of a route runner. He's shifty enough. He's got good enough speed to get past you. So, I mean, like, yeah. And the only thing I ever questioned was his toughness. You can't have a dude that don't want to go up and go get it with 50-50 balls. That's your number one wide receiver. He got to go snatch it. And I think this year, if Tyson can be exactly what he's supposed to be, I think Olave gonna eat, man. And I'm not mad at it. Like, people think I hate Olave. Right now, I'm in possession of a Chris Olave rookie card. I don't hate the dude. I just didn't think he was a one.
Hmm. Yeah, man. We definitely gonna see this duo, man. This is a duo that we've been wanting to see for years. I mean, I'm talking about we had it a little bit when it came to Michael Thomas and Olave, but I mean, things just ain't go as planned, you know. And then we had Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, and I think Thomas had got hurt. So this is it. Like, we can't ask for nothing better than this, and we got some other playmakers behind these guys. So, man, this we can't complain about, them trying to go do things. So I'm excited to see what can happen. Also, we got to get into AK agreement and Cam agreement, man. These guys on the team, in my opinion, for this year can help us win maybe one or two more games. I think the age, it bothers a lot of people, but I think that the experience they have, I think the way they could teach the younger guys, and I think Cam always been like that. I think AK is just coming around to being that type of leader in the locker room, and I think it could hold some value. I think it could definitely, help us when times get hard, during the middle of the season, if we probably going through like a two games losing streak. So I think these guys on the team is definitely beneficial, but some people probably would have wanted these guys up out of here. But what you think about the both the agreements, Marlon?
I mean, it's cool that like, they get to finish their career here. I know like in New Orleans that's big. Let me see. I think Cam will probably be a little more like impactful on the field. I don't necessarily know what AK role will like be like with the running backs, because I've been saying, and I'm not moving off. I've been saying that they're gonna use the shit out of Chan this year, and like the other guys on the team just to really spell him at this point. But maybe AK bounce back. But like if he gonna play, all I ask is like if he gonna play, like, bro, that the shit that you did on third down last year, like, and that was a lot of the time with Rattler in the game. Like, if you gonna do have that type of effort on third down, bro, then like then you not really playable. So like if he is gonna play, then you gotta block, you gotta catch the ball, you gotta block. Like he was really bad on third downs, and that's probably gonna be his role, more of his role if he gonna play. So like he just got to be a lot better than what he was because last year, that's why I kind of be feeling that way. Like last year, if you take your fan glasses off and like just watch the game, like if he was in another uniform, you'd be like, damn, he can't play. So like he just got to be way better.
Uh, what about regarding Cam?
Oh, I mean, I think they needed Cam back because I think he helped the defense, and they need his vet presence on defense, but he can still play, especially against the run. I don't think Cam 10.5 sacks is like really real because he didn't get a lot of pressure, but like he got finishes, and that 10.5 sacks was good for him personally, like his Hall of Fame stuff. But like I don't think he was like no real. Oh man, he's like a Pro Bowl level pass rusher, but like he still do stuff that help the team, especially against the run. So and they need that because that's one flaw that I have with Chase Young. Chase Young not really that good against the run. So it's good that they added that back, and hopefully he can at least get to the playoffs and was probably gonna be his last year here.
Uh, all right, what you got on both the agreements, B?
I'm not mad at either one, bro. Like, let me tell you like this, bro. Like, Cam coming back doesn't surprise me. Cam Ben had his contract. Cam just wanted extra time on his contract, and the Saints wasn't budging on that. So it doesn't bother me that Cam is back. I think he'll end up next season, man. I think when it's all said and done, somewhere like maybe I'm gonna say 6.5 because I think he'll end up between 6 and 7 sacks. And if that's what he get, man, like that's what Brazil would have probably gave you. So I'm not mad at that. But they want to see what they got in Tyree Wilson. They brought in Anthony Jennings, man. You know what I'm saying? They Chase Young is that dude, and they still got Grando. So and they probably gonna use guys like Caden Ellis in more of a pass rush role too. So they'll find ways to do it. Jonas Senka is gonna be playing close to the line of scrimmage, playing that Joker role or whatever, man. So they'll find ways to create pressure. But I'm with Rainey. I think Cam is gonna probably be the most impactful of the two. And I was right there along the lines of being like, man, I want to see Alvin. I want to see him back, man. And I don't want to see him back because I'm getting them old niggas out of here, gang. And then that pedo ass bitch Jeff Duncan decided that he was gonna write a hit piece on Alvin. From that point on, I have been all team AK. I hope Alvin go out there and ball the hell out. I hope Jeff Duncan pissed him off just enough to be like, you know what, bitch? Let me hit the rewind button real quick and remind you just who the fuck I am. I hate Jeff Duncan, that pedo bitch. Jeff Duncan been a pedo since the word fucking pedo was invented. And for him to come out and do a hit piece on somebody and think it's cool for you to get that behind your fucking six head. If you ever see that bitch, you'll see his headline not receding. That shit retreated like the French army. Something is really wrong with that dude. And I know he do all that ass kissing and all that brown nose and trying to get in with the Saints, and he still ain't getting nowhere. He trying to get where Nick at, and he can't get there, and it's frustrating him. That's why that bitch miserable. And every single time that miserable bitch get a piece of information from the Saints, he the one they send a hit piece through. Michael Thomas hated him for a reason. Alvin hates him for a reason. Sean hated him for a reason. It's because that brown nosing bitch always wants to say some slick shit, then hide his hand and think shit just gonna go on because he thinks I'm just doing my job. No, you punk pedal bitch. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You being exactly who you are, a fucking creep. And for me, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hope Alvin go out there and ball out all season long. I know he ain't gonna make the All Pro team. I know he probably ain't gonna make a Pro Bowl, but damn it, I want him to just so it could piss Jeff Duncan off. And Jeff Duncan gonna try to spin that shit with that pedo ass. Oh, I always wanted Alvin to do great. I was just doing my job. I'm just being a great journalist. Pedo bitch, if you was being a great journalist, go turn yourself in and tell him you got a fucking problem looking at 15-year-old girls. That's what you do.
Yeah, and speaking of Jeff Duncan, he made a tweet today that kind of rubbed the Saints nation the wrong way. He talked about Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck right now he's regarded as the golden boy, and I think the media, the national media, like before training camp had started, they was having him as a dark horse threat to be the that new guy. And surprised a lot of people. But Jeff Duncan had reported that he hasn't really been impressive in camp and he's been throwing some interceptions. And I think last year he hasn't been impressive in camp, but when he got in the game, he balled out. So I don't really think that's nothing to worry about personally. I think when you in camp, you try things, you practicing, you working on things. And you can't just be just out there scared to make mistakes. But you do got Rattler out there looking very, very well. So I mean, that's coming into a whole nother thing that we're gonna have to be looking at with this preseason. You got certain fans rooting for certain players. You got certain fans hoping other players do bad. I mean, it's about that time again. We back in Saint season, baby. What's your thoughts on the whole Tyler Shuck situation that's going on in camp right now, Rainey?
There's no situation. It's just training camp. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just starting quarterback at this point. So I don't really care or pay attention to all that. Rattler's a nice backup quarterback. He ain't the best in the league. He's a nice backup. So you have a nice backup on your team in case something happened, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's pretty much it to me.
Yeah, man. I think Shuck gonna do just fine. I think a lot of the people who just panicking over these interceptions, you gotta just remember all these training camp darlings who are just looking good. We already done talked about a few of them so far, but all I care about what you do for game time. I think Shuck gonna be fine, and I'm very fine with Rattler being a backup now. If Rattler just go out there and just play his ass off, and then teams are calling about him, if we could get something good for him, fine. But I'm happy with both of them. We got a good situation going on right here with the quarterback room, so I'm fine. What's your thoughts on everything, B?
I'm gonna say this, fam, man. My bad, bro. I gotta cut out early because I gotta get these kids ready for school tomorrow. But let me say this real quick in regards to the question. Practice. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not a game. We sitting up here talking about practice. Practice. Like, come on, bro, for real. Like, man, look, Rainey said it, bro. Tyler Shucker's the quarterback. Spencer doing well. Zach Wilson is trying to rebuild his image. That's exactly what this is supposed to be. Not to mention that, but has anybody ever considered that maybe the defense in the second year of Brandon Staley's system is playing out of their mind right now? That they actually might be a top 5 defense. They were damn near top. There was a top 10 defense last year. So maybe, just maybe, it's not the fact that Tyler Shuck is struggling. Maybe the defense is just going to be that damn good this year because they got more weapons they added with pass rush. They got better play. I mean, they got better play out of the secondary right now because Kool-Aid is now starting to enter a system that was meant for him to play in. And Quincy Riley stepping up. They did go get Emerson. Emerson. I forgot the cat man. What's his last name, bro?
Martin Emerson.
Martin Emerson. That's him. It is. His last name is Emerson. I got a battle rapper in my head named Emerson Kennedy. It's
I
always
was thinking
popping
the
in my head.
same thing. I was thinking
Yeah,
the same.
bro. So but with that being said or whatever, man, like this is crazy, bro. Like maybe it's the defense playing lights out right now. Like maybe they just gonna be that damn good with a younger dynamic player like a Caden Ellis in the middle. Pete Werner trying to find his ground because his ass is damn near on the way out. A guy like Danny Stutzman, man, who's going into the second year of a system that again is meant for him to play in. Maybe the defense is just playing well. Saints offensively are going to be better. And if you're trying to compare Spencer Rattler to Tyler Shuck right now, well, Spencer Rattler is now in his third year in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. And either third or fourth year, and also it's his second year into the system that Kellen Moore created. He's supposed to be, like this. This is what he's supposed to do. And if he's playing well enough, like you said, Marley, for somebody to come and send you a third, fourth round pick for him, then all right, so be it. If not, you stash him and you keep him in case something happens. But Tyler Shuck is your starting quarterback. He's gonna be the starting quarterback. And when week 1 roll around, all of that talk about how badly he played in practice ain't gonna even be a factor, man. I gotta get out of here and get these kids ready, bro. Y'all be easy.
All right, fam. Thanks for dropping in, B.
For sure. Salute.
All right, B, take care.
Yeah, man. When it comes to the training camp, people getting nervous, people just over analyzing every single play. Like it's gonna be people with some bad reps, there's gonna be people with good reps. Even these people who having good reps, I'm sure somewhere they had a bad rep. It just didn't
Yeah.
get put out there. This camp, is gonna happen. Just like Barry and Brown. He's probably the hype the whole training camp right now. I mean, it's like the meme where the guy looking back while he with his girl, and he's just looking at the new thing, and Vele was just right there on his arm. Like nobody really talking about Vele no more. Everybody got Barry and Brown as wide receiver 3 now. That like a lot of people are pushing that agenda. He Vele literally is Woody, and Barry and Brown is literally Buzz Lightyear right now. Like I don't want to play with you no more. But I think this is a good problem again. Like you want good depth where you don't really it's hard to decide who's gonna be the starter or not. So with that being said, man, what's your thoughts on the camp standouts such as guys like Barry and Brown and he's just doing so well right now in camp. But some people feel like they're not surprised.
I mean, it's training camp, so I mean, you kind of you against your teammates, so you want to see it in the game. But I mean, it's good that he looks further along as a wide receiver because like you kind of knew that he was going to be your return specialist, but you know him looking good, like solid as a wide receiver that can that can hurt veterans because
Mm,
like him and Lance, how they are, like that can that can limit somebody else's that can they might hold five receivers rather than six. So like I mean it's good. He's a good player at LSU and Kentucky. I didn't think he was like I know LSU had a lot of problems. I didn't think it was like oh LSU had this first round pick. No, he wasn't that type of player, but like he a good player.
mm,
And you know, he a good player. He got a good role. He can do a lot of things. I'm not saying he's the return ability is probably Shaheed-ish. I do think that he might have more up just because he's younger. I think he might have more like of a higher upside as a receiver long term than Shaheed. But like y- I don't know if I would want either of those guys being in my top two as my receiving core, even if they peak. But you know, they in a good spot. And I just hope they I hope they I like how they built their wide receiver room over the last year or so. So I just
How
hope they
how tall is
yeah,
he?
he's like 5'11". So
Okay.
he's the smallest wide receiver in their room because think he's 5'11". Chris is like 6 foot 6'1". Tyson 6'2". Vilay's 6'5", and Lance is 6'4".
Mm.
So yeah, I like I only named that five because that's the five who I know gonna be here for the next couple of years. And that four outside of Vila gonna be your core for the next 3 to 4 years.
Shit, that's good. I'm liking that. I'm liking that, bro. We we
Something they
we
needed.
yeah, we got some stuff going. Um, we already covered that. Let me go ahead on and get into the next camp standout, man. We got Styles, man. He's getting some camp hype right now. There's some clips going around. He's strapping up guys. He, you know, very, right in their back pocket on their hip. He very sticky with it. What's your thoughts on him so far throughout camp?
I mean, man, he a freak athlete, bro. Like,
I heard
so
he like 99 on Madden on his speed.
nah, you know how Madden be, bro. Madden don't they don't fuck with nobody. He a 97, but like
Mm,
I
yeah,
mean, you
that's
run a
still
40
fast.
like that, you should be high. He one of the fastest players on the game. But like, he can run, jump. He can do everything. He just like he's kind of raw as a player because he actually didn't go to Ohio State the whole time. Like he met his brother there. He's older than Sonny, but he met him there. He was a receiver at first. So he
Mm,
switched the defense. So he's still raw, but he's like I believe in RAS scores when you doing the RAS score stuff or the underwear Olympic stuff with the players when you taking like a late flyer DB because if they can get it together, those like I believe in the RAS score and like a fifth round pick like a fifth round DB because those guys can like end up getting it together. So maybe he can become a decent backup. I know he gonna be as far as the rookies. I think he might be I think he's gonna be really impactful because he gonna play a lot of special teams, so that's big. So because he gonna be their primary gunner.
mm.
So yeah, I think obviously Christian Miller got hurt.
So he could be our
Yeah,
new what's that guy that we lost?
Justin Hardy,
Yeah, he could be our new Justin Hardy.
And what's his name? I forget his name. JT Gray. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely the role he playing this year
yeah.
because the Saints needed they needed a gunner. So like shit, that's hey, it's nothing wrong with being a gunner. A lot of niggas start off as gunners. That's how they get on the field. So you go be an all pro gunner, all pro, a pro bowl gunner, all pro special teamer. Shit, in 2 years, you might be ready to play. You might get a chance to start. And
I
Like
like how
it's
he
good
got
just to
wide
have that
receivers.
athleticism on the back end.
Yeah, I like how he got
And
wide
then Barry
receiver
and Brown
experience
too.
too.
Yeah. Cause hey, you know what's crazy?
Hmm.
He a good returner too. Um, what's his name? Styles.
Yeah.
So you got like Styles and Barry and Brown was like peer special teams picks. But like if they can give you stuff on the field as well, then that's even better.
What's Baron Brown speed on Madden?
Like a 93. His
Mm,
40, his 40 wasn't like
mm.
his 40 wasn't faster than Chris. So and Chris
I'm
40 was fast, but Chris they hold Chris, bro. I'm telling you, that nigga ran a 4.26, dog.
yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the chemistry that Barry and Brown and Rattler gonna be building up. So when it comes to the preseason, that's gonna be
Yeah,
something I'm definitely gonna be looking for.
preseason gonna be fun because you gonna watch Rattler. Rattler in the preseason should be fun because he should be you fuck. I mean, whatever record be damn. You started 15 games in NFL. I don't care how many losses you got. You started 15 games. You seen live bullets against good teams. You seen live bullets. Rattler, you seen live bullets against the Super Bowl champions last year. Like you played the Bills, you played the 49ers, you played the Bears, and it wasn't always great in all games. Now, in some of those games, he looked good. Like a few of them, he looked good. But you played the Patriots. Like you played a lot of good teams last year, so he should be amazing in the preseason.
Yeah. Got a one of the supporters wanna come and join in on a live. He said he got something to say. He said he wanna speak, so I'm gonna let him up in a few. Um, we got another camp standout. We got Vernon Brockton. He
Brighton,
been well, yeah, Brighton. He been giving people the business. You
yeah,
know, I've been seeing him, push through. I really had some high hopes for him last year. I think he had got an injury, but
yeah, he
you
got
know,
hurt in that 49ers game.
yeah. So since Brian Brzee had got hurt, I was like, well, at least we still got him. Like, what you think about his impact in training camp so far?
I mean, he gonna be important because he actually played the type of defensive tackle that Brzee plays. So he gonna be important and especially with Brazil being gone, so they need him. So they need him to be a good player. Like he was an older player when he got drafted last year. Like I think he 24, going on 25. So like I know it's gonna be like his first time. He played the first game last year and the second game, but like shit, man, it's trial by fire. They need you. Like
Mm,
you got to be that guy this year,
yeah.
or at least show me. Can I get full sacks and a good amount of pressure and being a solid run defender? But like you got to be that guy.
Mm. Speaking of somebody who need to be that guy, and we talking about camp standouts, we got to talk about guys who stopping and dropping a little bit, man. We got to talk about Cesar Ruiz, the guy who's been looking at his film with Teron Armstead. You know, we're gonna get into Cesar Ruiz in a bit. Hold on, let me go ahead and welcome Young Nola 504 to the show. What up, Young Nola? You there?
Yo,
Yeah, I can hear you clear, man. What's up?
you can hear me now? Say,
Yeah, I can
What's
hear
up,
man,
you.
man?
y'all be on that Madden, huh? What you want to know? Like, you got questions for me? Like, what you want to know,
I be talking to my cousin. My cousin a very very big man head. All he do is go
man?
cut hair at
Play,
barbershop, and
play
then
that
after that
Madden.
he go online and play. And I think he be gambling people online too.
Yeah,
So if any of y'all want to play my
man.
cousin, I
Hey,
could
man, I ain't gonna
definitely.
lie to you, dog. Man, I'm a Madden guy, man. I'm punishing anything and everything come through here.
Mm. So
I'm letting y'all know now.
when they come to the Saints overalls on Madden, you
What?
think they really messed us
Oh,
over?
they
Man,
yeah. I can. They first of all, Olave made an All
I
Pro
feel like
team. He
a
should
lot
have.
of these
He
speed
should have got.
over. Oh, go ahead.
He should have got a. He should have got like. He should have been an 89, and he should have got his superstar back. Kelvin Banks is my big one. Kelvin Banks should not be a 77 on Madden, especially when Will
Mm,
Campbell's at 81. He's better than Will Campbell.
mm.
Um, Chase Young should be a bit higher. I'm fine with him still being in the 80s, but he should be like an 84, 85. Um, but Olave Fuaga should be a bit higher. He should be like an 80. But Calvin Banks is my real great. As a person who like kind of see the ratings from everybody, like Calvin Banks should be a lot higher
Mm,
that season. But that's why I was saying the expectations. I see a lot of Saints fans talk about like Olave was on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. I think that's why he left practice to go on the Pat McAfee show.
mm,
What's his name? Colin Cowherd, highly critical of the Saints when Sean Payton left. I think he was critical of the process that the Saints was running. Personally, like the Saints was trying to chase being a old team and not being good, which I would have criticized that process too. But he picked the Saints to go to the playoffs to win the NFC South. That's one of the teams he picked. But a lot of national people they like the way the team is being built, and you got some Saints fans saying, "No, don't talk about us. Nah, fuck that. Talk about us because we got some players on this team who I think can be really good, and I don't think they'll ever get their due because the team was bad and they were run poorly for a good amount of years. But now that they got their shit together, seemingly." Like, man, embrace them expectations. Don't run from it. I'm not saying I want everybody to just, Saints, 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 Saints going to the Super Bowl. But like people talking about they want to play noon games, man. I don't want to play all noon games. Shit, I want to be back on prime time. I want to play a Sunday night game so bad. Like, I'm hoping we can do good enough and get flexed into a Sunday night game this year or get flexed into another prime time game. Like, I want the expectations. Like, that shit means something. I know sometimes you might need a season to reset where the game is not stressful, but I'm ready for expectations back around here. It's more fun like that.
yeah, I think a lot of people they don't want the
But
expectations
you know what's crazy?
because let me go ahead real quick. I think a lot of people don't want the expectation like that because they get nervous and they real superstitious. They think, oh well, we got this target on our back, and on top of that, it might jinx us to have certain players get hurt. And on top of that, they kind of just want to go under the radar and catch people by surprise, like the Patriots and the Seahawks did. So I
Man,
think
the
after,
Patriots ain't catch nobody by surprise because them national teams they in the Boston media. People was talking about that Patriots schedule all year, and Mike Vrabel is like a known name. So and
mm,
the Patriots they in the Boston media. So even when they was shit, it's never gonna be like being shit in Boston versus being shit in New Orleans is different. You shit in New Orleans, you out the spotlight. You shit in Boston, what Tom Brady built still gonna be respected.
mm,
So, and then they got Mike Vrabel. Seattle, if niggas was paying attention to Seattle, bro. Seattle was like should have made the playoffs the year before last. They was losing games stupid because of like
mm,
Geno Smith with the turnovers and shit. But like this Seattle shit was this had been brewing. They just hit on the quarterback. They just made the quarterback change, and people didn't know how it was going to go. They didn't know it was going to go to this degree, and then the rest of the team got better. But
mm.
like the Seattle shit been brewing.
What you got, young Nola?
I was gonna say you can hear me, huh?
Yeah.
Man, how for how Drake London and the lobby not in that top 10, and he ain't even have no All Pro. He ain't make nothing. Drake London ain't make nothing. Like that's
Man, Drake London's a
crazy.
good
They
player,
really
bro.
be hating
I
on the
ain't gonna.
Saints though.
The top
He a
10
good player.
you talking about the NFL top 100 thing?
Talk about the top 10 receivers on Madden.
No, I'm
Oh,
Drake
talking
London
about
good,
Madden.
but
How he a top 10 and a lobby not in there?
we gotta get national games, man. That's what I was saying. Like even with Atlanta played 3 primetime games last year. Like and London and one of them went off. He went crazy against Buffalo in the first half. Like the Saints got it when the Saints play the Falcons on Monday night. Like they got to take advantage of that. That's
Yeah,
like to me, that's the biggest game they gonna have played in like 3 4 years. Like they got to take advantage of the national spotlight.
yeah.
mm.
Is old boy gonna play though?
Who?
What's that nigga name? James Pierce. That's his name.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. He probably gonna be
Mm.
suspended. I would assume.
Mm.
Mm.
They ain't gonna have no pass rush because Jalen Walker hurt.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, man. I like Jalen Walker.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. We winning that game regardless though Monday. That's for Drew Brees, really. That's for the city. I ain't gonna lie. That's really for the city. We winning that game. They can't even if it's scripted. We can't lose that game.
That game in Atlanta.
No, it's in New Orleans. It's the
No, that game
that's the
down here.
game, the dome coming game. It's the
Hmm.
20 year, like the 20-year anniversary of that one. Even
I
though
know.
it's week 4 and that
I
was
think
week
I'm a.
three.
I think I'm gonna have to make me a trip. Fuck that.
Mhm.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm going to the
but
game when they play the Giants.
Mhm.
so
Me,
how
my
y'all gonna
dad, and
look?
my
I got a
brother.
question for both of y'all. How y'all gonna
Yeah.
feel Shuck go off against Detroit and Lamar? I'm talking about like they going back and forth, and then Shuck come back and just punish Lamar like and win a game. Y'all gonna feel different about him?
I
I
already feel
mean,
the same about him. Like
I feel the same about him. At this point, you just gotta
I
like
go ahead.
you
Go
got
ahead,
them
Randy.
all.
Go
Oh,
ahead, Ray.
all
Go
right.
ahead.
Like at this point, man, you just gotta like build upon what you did last year. But like, I mean, I know how I feel about him right now. I know it's slow with the offense right now. Like it seemed like it's sporadic, but I don't think the offense has been bad in training camp. I just think that like, especially as you see like you reading the reports from the days, I just think that they got to start capitalizing in situations. Like if it's red zone, I need a score. Like if you want 7, they giving you 3. So I just think we need to see some of that or hear some of that, and you also need to see some big plays. But I do think some of that is like the defense. The offense do got a lot of like installs. You got installs. You running a different offense. You got better players. It's not just going to hit like it was with Drew Brees. That was continuity for years when training camp started. The defense is virtually the same. I mean, you replacing Alante Taylor, but Alante Taylor is being replaced by a guy who was a starter. You replacing Demario Davis, but Caden Ellis played here, and even Caden Ellis' scheme that he played in Atlanta is like has similarities. The way he'll be deployed has similarities to how he'll be used here. So I just think everybody got to be patient and give it some time. But like, I mean, I'm not expecting Shuck to if Shuck going back and forth with like Lamar and going back and forth with that Detroit offense, because I think that's going to be a shootout game, by the way. Like I'm looking at like a 31-34 type game in week 1. But like I'm just taking it what it is. Like I just think I'm expecting Shuck to be I want him to be a top 16 quarterback this year. If he a top 16 quarterback and our special teams is better, I believe we'll be in the playoffs and win 10 games. But we just gotta give him time. I'm not expecting Shuck to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. If that happened, then shit, it's golden. But
That'd be
I'm gonna be
crazy.
patient with him.
But
For me,
people arguing on Twitter about, huh?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I see people arguing on Twitter about training camp about Shuck throwing picks. But shit, I'm looking at Josh Allen too. He in there throwing picks, and we know what he gonna
Man,
do.
it's training camp, bro. Every shit you want your quarterback to throw picks. You gotta try shit.
Yeah.
Lorenzo, the old dude too. Oh, Lorenzo Styles been making plays too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes to Tyler Shuck, you asked me, am I gonna feel any different if he was to go off against Baltimore and Detroit? Me personally, I already love Tyler Shuck. Like he made me fall in love with him last season. Like before, when it was the battle between him and Rattler, I kind of wanted him to just sit so he could just not just go out there, you know, like a deer in headlights. I wanted him to sit until he was ready. And everything played out like how I wanted it to be. I just ain't expect him to be as good as I seen him to be. Because when he was coming out of college, everybody was saying that the injuries, and on top of that, everybody was talking about, oh, he gets rattled under pressure. So that's one thing I don't like. I don't like no quarterback who get rattled under pressure. But when I was watching the games, when he was under pressure, he was still pretty decent to me. And he got athleticism and he got
Yeah.
fanfare in the city. It's like he was seeing everything that was going wrong with Derek Carr and his PR, his team around him told him, okay, we're gonna do the opposite of all this. This is how you could win these guys over. And on top of that, I think that's genuinely him. I don't just think it's okay, he playing a character to win us over. I think that's how he rock.
Yeah.
Even with the post that he made before he got to the Saints, he was like, yeah, man, I'm willing to let it all on the field. I'm willing to die on that field and all this and all that. Everything about him I like. I like his deep ball. I like his accuracy. I like his height. I think he gonna be good. Like I ain't saying he gonna be Josh Allen or nothing. I ain't saying he gonna be Patrick Mahomes, but I think he could be on that type of level like a Justin Herbert. I just
Yeah.
hope he don't be choking in the playoffs.
But you had but you had a Panthers player said he liked Josh Allen 2.0, to be honest.
2.0, like better than Josh Allen.
No, like
he was
another
saying
Josh
like he
Allen.
saying he looked like he can be like that.
I just think they
I
looking
Even
I
at
Drew
the height.
Brees said that though.
I think they looking at the height and
I
the
don't think Drew
athleticism.
Brees ever said that, but I think fans gotta like you can have reasonable expectations, but like be
At the
reasonable with it.
at the end of the
Reasonable with
day,
it.
we don't need him to be Josh Allen. Dog. If we got a good enough team and everything clicking for us, if it's our year, it's our year. I seen Sam Donald went out there and went to a Super Bowl. I know he could be on Sam Donald level. I think he could be on Drake May level. Like we don't need him to be at the top tier of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford. Like he ain't gotta be up there for us to be successful. So in my opinion, I love him. Like he good enough for me. He check all my boxes. I ain't gotta worry about him. You know.
Yeah,
Um, so I hope that answered your question. But I got a question
yeah.
for
Who?
y'all, man.
Yeah.
What you about to say? Go ahead. You got another question?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I had one more. I had one more. I was about to say,
Go ahead.
who they gonna have more touchdowns, Tyson or Olave?
You want to answer that first, Marlon?
I mean, I don't really know. It depends because I think it's certain things that Tyson can do that Olave can't. But I think against man coverage right now, it's not really close because Olave against man coverage is a man beater. But I think that Tyson can go up top in a way that just Olave can't. So it depends. But I think that's definitely like our. I think once the season come, I think you're gonna see like I think Tyson and Olave clearly gonna be your top two wide receivers, and like which A chain I think that'll be a top three, and then I think it's gonna be a pecking order, but that's definitely the top three I look at.
I personally think Tyson gonna have more touchdowns, but I think Olave might have more yards. So, and I think they probably move Olave around a little. I don't know who gonna be
No, the
moved
crazy thing
around.
is both of them gonna be moved around because the thing is,
Yeah,
this is one thing. Tyson is not an XY receiver at the current moment. He's not. He's a move around receiver. He just his body is just bigger than like he have a naturally bigger body and he's naturally stronger and more athletic than Olave is, but like he's he's a move around receiver. He's not really an X. Like the closest thing to an X receiver in the first round was Cardinal Tate. And I don't even know if Tate is an X at the current moment. But he probably got the most X in this game, X wide receiver game. But they gonna move around a lot.
well, we're gonna have to see, man. I'm definitely excited for this wide receiver duo. Like we ain't had no duo like this in a very long time, bro. Like I think the last time we had something like this with this talent is probably and this young, probably Michael Thomas and
And
Cooks. But
Cooks,
that was
that's
short
it.
lived. That was short
Yeah.
lived though. But man, I got two questions for y'all. Then I could let y'all get up out of here, man, because it's getting late. So my first question is, we talking about the offense when it comes to the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, you know, the
Yeah.
the running backs, but we gotta talk about the big boys up front. And right now, everybody target right now is, Ruiz. We gotta get to Ruiz when he was talking about he was
The
watching this
garbage
film.
man.
Yeah, we're watching this
Hmm.
film with Teron Armstead, but you go watch all the film with Teron Armstead all you want. that ain't gonna translate to you being Tyron Armstead. Like at the end of the day, you Cesar Ruiz, but we gotta hope that he do good because I think he gonna be the linchpin that's gonna make this offense move. Because Aaron Donald, he just signing back with the Rams, and what that boy Nick Underhill said he want to see something was gonna go down on what that was August the 20th. I think we played them on the 22nd. So, but I think on August the 20th we probably be in a joint practice with them. Boy, that's gonna be the business right there. That's gonna be the business if he gotta just be checking him rep after rep after rep after rep. Man, we gonna really see what we made of with Ruiz,
Yeah, I
and
think
they
people
gonna
look at Ruiz like you got it, you got it, you finish it, you finish it.
well, you go ahead. I'm
I,
basically said what I needed to say.
I think people look at Ruiz and even nationally, like when you talk about the Saints, especially if you look at their offense. I'm not gonna go on the defensive side of the ball. He's the one guy at every position where you like, damn, he a liability. Like anybody with eyes who watch football can see it. Um, Wide receiver, they fine. With Bailey as the third, even Bailey is the third option, like third wide receiver, they're fine. Tight end, you don't got to be the biggest Jawan Johnson fan, but you like the run that they build and you like how it's coming along. Running back, A Chain is a good player. AK, if he can get back to what he was, like he'll be fine. But
Still got
like
Miller
they find
behind him.
all these. What you said? And you said Miller.
Yeah, we still got Miller behind him, even if he not in top tier form.
Yeah, but he got the talent. You seen it.
Yeah.
Who's the one liability everywhere on on that roster? Like for their whole starting 11, the one liability is Cesar Ruiz. You got a guard that can't run block. He's a okay at best pass protector. Like he's the one liability on the team. So I mean, he got to be better because like even if he's not gonna be here next year, because he's probably not. Like you plan for your career in other places.
Mm. What you got on Cesar Ruiz, young Nola?
Man, Caesar. Man, that nigga, man, he straight up garbage, man. I'm like, I get tired of him. He like, dude, y'all remember that dude? What's that dude that used to play on the line? Y'all used to get mad at Andrews Pete.
Hmm.
We used
We
to
it seemed like
always talk about.
every year we had a Cesar Ruiz, a Andrews Pete. I think all teams really have this.
Andrews Pete. The difference between Andrews Pete and Ruiz is Andrews Pete was actually a really good player at one point. Like he almost made a All Pro team and deserved it. He just got hurt. Like, but he
Yeah.
was a good player. But he started living off his name off that season for a while. But like, he was an actual good player.
Don't we got that dude right, huh?
I
I
don't
think he
view
just
him
got
as a
injured.
guy that's gonna be a yeah. It's
He just
not
got injured.
serious or nothing, but I don't view him as a guy that's gonna be a starter or anything. Like that's a developmental player.
Ruiz, like, I ain't gonna lie though. When he first came into the league, I mean, I guess what Drew Brees was making him look good though. I guess Drew. I
Man, he
get
got
that
Drew Brees hurt. He got Drew Brees hurt.
from Aaron Donald, huh?
Nah, he against the 49ers, he missed his he got whooped on the line and Drew Brees got hit and broke his ribs.
Oh
That
yeah,
dude
cause
came to us. That dude.
I remember Drew Brees
Pete
had what he
Pete with
had hit
Aaron
his
Donald. That was Pete.
yeah. But
Pete
people and
lost the
I
blocking
seen
one.
something like that on Twitter, like people talking about he had got what you call him, oh dude. I mean, he had got Drew Brees' hand messed up, but you gotta understand, Aaron Donald do that to everybody. I don't care if it's three niggas on Aaron Donald, he's still gonna get through the line.
Well, he gonna have a whole bunch of Aaron down on August 20th because I think we in that
But
joint practice with them. So
I
they
do.
say he
I'm a
practicing though, Aaron Donald. The Rams gonna be crazy. The
I'm a
Rams D
fan of
line
that.
gonna be crazy. The Rams D line about to be why we can't get no Aaron Donald? Why he had the money for all that though? See, they cheating over there. How they be having the money for all that?
because they in LA.
Like,
And Aaron Donald, he
that's
probably ain't much
crazy.
gonna just, he probably asked for a lot, but that's a ring, though. Like if they don't, that's Super Bowl or bust. Them people had went got Aaron Donald. Them people went
Yeah.
got uh Miles Garrett, and they went got McDuffie.
Yeah, but if
Like
they
that,
run into us in the NFC, we beating them though. We got enough firepower. We got enough
I don't know
firepower.
about all that. I don't know about all that.
Tyson gonna go off that game, man.
Hey man, I hope like
I hope, I
anything
hope, I
anything can
hope.
happen. But if we just looking at on paper, them
Yeah,
boys
on paper, that's the best
stacked.
team in the league, man. They the
Man, them
best team
boys.
before they add Aaron Donald.
Yeah. So last question before I let y'all get up out of here, man. Does Mickey Loomis, need to get cut some slack like for the work that he did, or we still can't just forgive him for all the wasted time that he gave us with these years that just went by us? A lot of people are saying, they like the way that the team is put together, and a lot of people are excited. A lot of people are saying, man, give him his props. And some people like, man, for what he did, man, it got to be a ring being brought. Until then, he ain't getting no props. How y'all feel about Mickey Loomis? A lot of people are trying to give him his just due.
I mean, nothing can. I can't erase the like 3 year process of like 2022 through 2024. I give them credit for the pathway that they on the last 2 years, but like I can't erase that. You wasted 3 years like chasing something that wasn't there, trying to like prove a point in like a pissing contest, seemingly like with Sean Payton. So like I can't forgive him for that, but I just I'm not gonna keep harping back on the past. I just like that they on a good path now as an organization. They've like even looking at Olave's contract, it's no voids in that contract. Like imagine 3, 4 years ago thinking the Saints signed somebody to a contract that high and it having no voids in it. But like
Mm.
I gotta respect that. So I like that they operating the way that they should, and that's what I'm focused on at this point.
What you got, young Nola?
I said I give Mickey some slack because I ain't gonna lie, man. If he wouldn't have been drafting stupid and gave Derek Cole all that money, shit, we probably be in a better position. We probably be a good team right now if they drafted right and he ain't give him all that money. And then give Dennis Allen that head coaching job. We
Mm.
probably be good. Dennis Allen, but Dennis Allen, I ain't gonna lie, I want my revenge though. Last year he beat us. We gotta play them again this year. I want my
We,
revenge though.
we play the Bears again?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We play them. We play them at their house though. I think.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, we play them at their house.
All right, well, shit. I'm gonna go ahead on and let y'all get y'all final thoughts. What y'all want to say to the Who Dat Nation. Y'all thoughts
Yeah.
on the team, and we could let y'all get up out of
Wait,
here.
we got practice tomorrow. No,
No practice tomorrow.
I
We come
don't
back
think no
Saturday.
practice
Saturday. Oh, Saturday. Oh, oh. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask. I want to ask something, man. Why they ain't got John Tyson running doing them 1-on-ones?
because he's in a. They don't want to get him hurt like that.
Oh,
That one-on-one shit. That's kind of just that's for fan service. It don't really do
oh,
anything.
oh.
But I guess I go first on this. I'm just glad the season back. I'm glad football back. Fans shouldn't don't overreact to everything. It is just practice. Obviously you want to hear some better reports, but I just want the team just to stay healthy and get to the season. And from there we got to prove ourselves because you got a lot of people singing our praises, like our potential, but all like words don't matter when they get time for game time. You got to prove it on the field, and I just hope they're ready to prove it on the field. And we can hopefully get to the playoffs this year and win the division. But that's pretty much all I got.
All right, man. Thanks for coming in, Rainy. We definitely got to run it back sometime after this first preseason game or so.
I
But
got you, man.
thanks for stopping by.
All right, y'all
All
boys
right.
take care.
All right.
All right, Nola, what you got to say to the Who That
Uh,
Nation and your final thoughts on
I can't
everything
hear
that
you
just
now.
you can't hear me?
I can't hear you now.
Let me go ahead on and write it since you can't hear me.
Your sound must have cut out.
All right, I just typed it in the chat. Hopefully you see it.
Still can't hear you. I'm gonna give the thoughts. I still can't hear him though.
Just go ahead on and give them.
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Man, I
Cool.
want my last thoughts is, man, we going 13-4, man. We about to surprise the league, going to the NFC Championship. Man, we finna. I'm telling you, ain't no way we won't make the playoffs this year. There's no way we going to the playoffs. I feel like Tyler Chuck about to shock a lot of people. I feel like we finna do some big things. Like Jaden Daniels, people ain't think he was gonna take the Commanders all the way to the NFC Championship. They
Mm,
ain't think that. I think he finna do that, dude. Tyler Shuck in his second year,
mm.
I think he's finna do that.
Give me three
Just
things
stay
that gotta
healthy.
happen. Give me three things that gotta happen for that to happen.
Three
Besides
things.
staying healthy, we all know we gotta stay healthy. But
Stay healthy.
give me
Three
three
things.
things.
Tyler Shuck, he gotta be consistent. He gotta be consistent. That's one thing.
Hmm.
The second thing, the defense gotta the defense also gotta be consistent because we know how sometimes they sometimes I feel like they lay down sometimes like they you could tell when the game about to go wrong with the Saints when the defense like when the other team they offense just go score quick when you every time they score quick the defense is like the whole game just be messed up after that like I always notice that. The third thing they just gotta the third thing I don't know like they the receivers I mean the run everybody gotta be clicking on the same like on the same time everybody gotta be clicking can't have no false starts none of that like flag, you know what the false start, you know how the Saints get. Like they have a good play, a good play, probably a touchdown. False start. Now we gotta go all the way back and we don't never score again. We gotta kick the ball, kick a field goal. So they gotta be clicking on all cylinders and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you sign us out. Nola, just give a message that you want to say to the fans.
To the fans. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to the Who That
Just
Nation.
just just stop tripping off man. That's what he practice and you gonna throw picks. Even Josh Allen be throwing picks in training camp. Patrick Mahomes, all them throw picks. I wouldn't even really worry about that. Shit, just enjoy the training camp. And next week, we gonna be on TV, and we gonna see, like we gonna see how them dudes play, like the second team. Because I don't think Tyson gonna play. I don't think they gonna put him out there. Tyler Shuck
Yeah.
might take one drive, but after that, they gonna take him out.
Hey man, well, this was a good thing you stopped by the show, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate all the support you be giving me, bro. Cause I do
Oh,
be
for
seeing
sure.
it. I do
Oh yeah.
heavily appreciate it.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right,
When the
man.
last when the next time you gonna be on live though? Probably next week after the preseason.
I mean, it just depends on how it
Oh
flows. I don't like to just come on every day because I feel like if I
yeah,
come on tomorrow, I'm gonna just talk about everything we talked about today. Like
yeah. That's what I see next
I ain't
week.
one of them podcasters that gonna just be able to come every day. Now, once the season start getting talked up, and once the season start revving up, and then it's news dropping every day on the Saints and something to talk about every day on the Saints,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on here more often. But while it's still training camp and still getting in the flow of things, it's gonna be just here and there. But the thing
yeah,
is, I'm going back live now. So,
yeah, for sure.
all right, man. But shit, you'll definitely see me when I'm on live. And if you want to just drop in, just always just let me know in the comment section. I'll pull you up.
All right,
All right. Yeah, man. But until next time, Who That Nation. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Go ahead on and do me a favor and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Until next time, Who That.